Now, if you want to, for example, change that direction or deal with the issue of 1MDB, then we have to look at the entire system. So we require systemic change. Now, you deal today mainly on the issue of unity. And I think no one should question the need to work, realize the ideals of our fathers and mothers of independence when they talk about bersekutu bertambah mutu. Or in Indonesia, Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. Or the United States, Il Pluribus Unum. Or, centering the direction, the need to be united. But the next question that the young generation should ask, unite for what? After all, if you recall, your parents would know this about the story of Alibaba, Bujang Lapuk with the 40 penyamun. They are also united. Piramli probably wanted to realize that unity must be for a good cause, not unity among robbers. And in fact, it is Quranic. If you refer one of the basic ayat that is being popularized is in the Quran, وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. I mean, the call to be united. But it's predicated upon the term bihablillah, the rope of Allah, which talks about faith, about justice, about compassion, about humanity. Now you can't say, for example, let us all be united. Malays must unite, otherwise we are being threatened by the non-Malays. Or the Chinese, or the Indians, or the Dayaks. Now, Dayakism, Dayak, to survive, we all must be united. But for what purpose? To defend your rights, justice, compassion, yes. But if the issue is justice and compassion and right, then it must transcend tribes. It must transcend provincialism or tribalism. It must transcend race, because the ultimate objective is to effect change, to implement, to ensure that there's justice, virtue, and compassion. Of course, this is a philosophical framework that we must understand. Otherwise, everybody talks about bersatu, bertambah, maju, unity is strength, or Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, but nobody questioned why is there this clarion call for unity. During the pre-independence period, we understand, of course, that is meant for essentially to appeal to the masses to be united in their struggle against colonialism and imperialism. Right. You know you are united to reject something. Like one, at a time, Pakatan Harapan was united to reject Barisan Nasional, which to us represents an obsolete, corrupt order. But the next question is whether the unity is only to reject or to effect change and implement meaningful reform. This is the challenge that you must continue to engage, discuss in a more reasoned discourse what is meant by change and reform, and why is there a necessity to undertake meaningful reform. So I think what is required is our capacity to learn and understand and appreciate the need to enhance our own understanding about society. Our society is still afflicted by poverty, poor health facilities, and gross inequality in our society. And I would then appeal to you, and I would continue to reiterate this repeatedly, that we must represent the conscience of the majority. We cannot continue to have politics, economic, culture run by a coterie of elites that pretend to represent the majority, but actually ending up enriching themselves and their cronies. This has happened in the past. This is not something that you observe recently. If you look at the history of reformasi, there's been consistently our clear cry why we reject the role of the elites, so very condescending. Look at what Hussein Alatas said in this myth of the lazy native or intellectuals in developing societies, but the condescending attitude of leadership, thinking that they've done their best, they have got some key legislations in place, anti-corruption, or disbursement of funds to elevate the position of the poor, or some major policies. But we have seen under the then Barisan National Government, and also some of the flaw about the failure to ensure that what was approved is not lost in our attempt to disseminate and distribute to the rural masses and people in the rural heartland, and more so now, I think, in the those affecting the what we consider as urban poor. Now, these are central issues. The issue is therefore not race. It's not religion. It's about opportunities. It's about justice. Why are people angry? Because they are unemployed. Now with this pandemic economy, there's a projection of at least 1 million unemployed before the end of the year. Right now it's about 860,000. Who are speaking on their behalf? We hear major impressive pronouncements about what could be done, what needs to be done, what has been announced. And people are happy, of course. You get 40 ringgit or 400 ringgit or 1,000, everybody's happy. But the amount being squandered by leaders are billions. And this needs to stop.